Hi everyone, welcome to Staying Green in Quarantine, where we're sharing tips to help you build a more sustainable lockdown. We hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you are, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for updates when we release new ones. Now today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're aware that the news over the last few months has been pretty scary, so we wanted to share with you some examples of really positive environmental good news. The things that have been happening in the world of sustainability that are meaning we're taking great steps in the right direction. We're going to be doing this segment regularly and we're going to be calling it Green Good News, and hopefully it'll give you some inspiration to take your own sustainable actions. The first piece of news is the big one, and it's that carbon emissions have dropped significantly over the last year. The International Energy Agency has said that with the global economy grinding to a halt, we're going to be using 6% less energy this year than we otherwise would have. That's the same as the entirety of India not using any energy at all for a whole year, which is massive. It represents about an 8% drop in our carbon emissions level across the world as well, which puts us at the same level of emissions as we were at in 2010, which again is a huge decrease. Now, of course, this has come at an inordinately high price, there's no denying that. But hopefully there are some lessons here that we can learn and take them forward for the future. With videos of animals in unexpected places across news feeds, with pieces of positive environmental information slowly dripping in, people are really wondering what the future holds, and there's a real appetite for change. The prices of renewables are decreasing, lots of companies are moving online in 2020, so hopefully when things start to reopen, there's a real positive outlook for the future. There's also some really positive wildlife news. A census from 2019 found that the number of wild tigers in India has increased by about 30% since the same time in 2015. That's really positive because India has the largest population of wild tigers in the world, so they really set the benchmark for conservation efforts. Now, at the beginning of the 20th century, there were about 100,000 wild tigers across the world, but come the turn of the 21st century, there were only about 3,000. This 30% increase is a small step, but it's a really positive step in the right direction. Thanks to amazing conservation efforts across the globe, as well as brilliant social media campaigns and campaigns on TV and radio, people have really rallied behind the cause of dwindling bee populations. Now, bees are really important pollinators for any ecosystem, and losses in their numbers can be symptomatic of wider climate issues. In many bee species, up to 70% of the population has been lost, and in large part due to habitat decline. But there are lots of people around the world doing great things to get their populations back up. Like the Haywoods, who are a family of pig farmers from Woodbridge in Sussex. They've planted over 33 hectares of their land with nectar-rich wildflowers, which means they're feeding over 1 million bees at any one time. It's thanks to efforts like this that the numbers of pollinators across the world are gradually starting to increase again. And in some more wildlife news, a population of humpback whales that breed just off the coast of Brazil have finally returned to their pre-whaling population size. That's as far back as the 1800s. Now, in the 1950s, this population, due to whaling and other environmental concerns, had decreased to around 450. But now, thanks to some fantastic conservation efforts over the last few decades, it's grown to almost 27,000 whales, which is obviously a massive increase. It's hugely positive, not just for that population, but for the population of humpbacks across the world. And there's more good news. Each humpback whale stores on average about 33 tons of carbon dioxide in their bodies, so when they die of natural causes, their bodies sink to the bottom of the ocean where that carbon is stored for centuries. It's a win-win because not only is the population of these amazing creatures increasing again, but also they're decreasing the amount of carbon that's stored in our atmosphere. And finally, a Canadian startup called Flash Forest is using drones to plant 1 billion trees. From their home in Ontario, they've planted 40,000 trees already this May, and they're planning to scale that up to 1 billion by 2028. Now, the IPCC has said that 1 billion trees is the number we need to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees. So, in short, the work that Flash Forest are doing is crucial. They can currently plant about 15,000 trees a day with their drones, which is 10 times more than the average human with a shovel could possibly plant, which is insane. And they're planning to scale that up to 100,000 trees a day as well. Now, currently across the globe, we are cutting down more trees than we can plant, despite numerous organisations working on this issue. But by bringing new and exciting technology into the field, there's a lot of hope for forestation in the future. Thanks so much for watching today, everyone. We hope you enjoyed it and you're feeling inspired by all of this good green news. We'd love to hear about the environmental stories that you're coming across, so tell us about them in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like it and share it with some of your friends, and subscribe to the channel for updates when we release new content like this. As always, stay home, stay safe, stay green.